Hey everyone, welcome back. So today is Saturday. It's been a rainy day today here where I live, so I figured I'm going to do a couple videos. We'll take a look at obviously the miners, see how they did yesterday. We'll also take a look at Bitcoin, see what's going on with it. We do have a story on Bitcoin possibly going down another 40-some%, so that's not good, but we'll take a look at it. And then we'll get into the miner rewards for Q1. Some things we'll take a look at, and then obviously I want you guys feedback on it as well, as far as if we should include other kind of metrics in this as well. All right, so as always, not financial advice. You guys know the drill here. I'm invested in the following coins and companies, just for full disclosure. So let's get into the miners here first, and then we'll get into Bitcoin. So Annie was actually down 7.48% on the day yesterday to 99 cents. It is up a little bit in the after hours to $1.01. And we can see here that Annie has been kind of trading sideways here a little bit. The MACD would kind of shows us that we may be at the low end of it here, where we might be possibly going back up. I don't know if that's going to be happening because of where Bitcoin is, but we'll take a look at Bitcoin here in a little bit. Argo was down 0.64% to 60 cents. It is also showing on the MACD that we might be possibly going back up, but like I said, we'll take a look at Bitcoin here. Digital was down 2.35% to $1.66. It has also been trading kind of sideways here the last couple of days. MACD has obviously shown that we're in the green here, but we haven't really seen a lot of price appreciation. I mean, we were at a low of 138 on it. We have got up to 166, so there is obviously some increase in price on that, which probably represents the MACD going into the green on it. Bitfarms was down 3.19% to $1.82. It's down a little bit now in the after hours to $1.80. Same thing here on the MACD. It's looking like we might be possibly going up a little bit. We were at a 165 or 167 here on the price here a couple of days ago. Have gone up a little bit, but more or less we're trading sideways on it. Cleanspark, same thing, down 3.42% yesterday, down to $5.65. Up a little bit in the after hours to $5.69. MACD is in the green right now, and price has obviously gone up from the low of 453 here, which we reached last week, and we have kind of bounced up a little bit in price on it. Core Scientific was down 4.12% to $3.72, down a little bit more in the after hours to $3.71. We obviously hit a low the prior week of $3.09, so MACD is going to reflect that, possibly that we're going to be going back up a little bit. Like I said, we'll talk about it with Bitcoin, what might happen there. Digihost was down 7.24% to $1.41. It has also been trading kind of sideways here. It's not too far off from its low of $1.23 the prior week, and MACD looks like it might be going into the green here in the next couple of days. DMG was down 1.48%, to 28 cents. It obviously was at a low of prior week of 21 cents, and it has been trading pretty much flat all of this week. MACD has turned green on it, which we'll have to obviously see how that plays out. Hive was down. Well, this shows 80%. I think that is wrong, and that is because I think they're going through their consolidation here, where you're getting 5 to 1, or 1 for 5 shares. So I think this data is off on that. Well, obviously, you have to see what Monday looks like, but that should be, depending on when the consolidation happened. I think it was going to happen either yesterday, which was Friday, or on Monday, I think. Well, we'll cover this later on, but that's obviously way wrong. And then we got Hut 8 was up 0.4% to $2.48, up a little bit more in the after hours to $2.50. It has also been trading sideways here for the last week. We do have the MACD showing that we might be going up a little bit. Iris Energy was down 7.27% to $6.25, down a little bit more in the after hours to $6.10. We have obviously bottomed out, looks like, this week at $4.56 an Iris, and it has been going up ever since, which is reflected in the MACD. Going to Luxxfolio, that was down 2.68% to 14.5 cents, and that one has been trading sideways as well, and MACD has turned green on it, but we are seeing obviously a little bit of a price appreciation, not much, 2 cents or so from the bottom here. Marathon was down 5.6% to $9.77, up a little bit in the after hours to $9.83. It has actually been going down in price. We can see here last week it did have a low of $8.80 the prior week, and MACD is also showing that we're kind of possibly going up, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Like I said, we'll take a look at Bitcoin here in a little bit. Mawson was up 2.17% to $2.35. MACD is kind of flat right now on it, so we'll have to see on that one. It did reach $2.25 the prior week for the low on the 52-week. Riot was down 4.07% to $6.84, not too far off from its low of $6.25 the prior week, and it has been trading down the past week. But we do obviously see two slight green bars on the MACD. And Stronghold was up 12.45% to $2.89. It has obviously bounced off of that low of $1.87, and we are seeing that on the MACD here a little bit. So let's take a look at Bitcoin now. Bitcoin is at 29,492 right now. It doesn't look good, at least on the chart here on the RSI. If we look at the RSI, we are pretty close to where we were at the 50. We're at the 55 range on the RSI. We were pretty close here, and we were much higher in price, not too much higher, about $700 or so higher. But that leads me to believe that we may be coming down, and for one simple reason. We keep getting close to our support here of the 28,600, 700 mark. We've touched it a couple of times here. We almost touched it here again yesterday. And each time that we do that, I think the possibility of us falling below it increases unless we actually start testing our resistance, which we were not doing yet. On the 1 hour chart here, we can see our resistance is way up there at 32,700, and we haven't come close to that. So the possibility of us falling below this greatly increases the more times we touch it, and we've seen that happen in the past as well. So I think we are possibly going down lower, and then obviously we'll take a look at the story on Bitcoin to see where we could be going to. Ethereum is at 1,975 right now. It is also following suit as Bitcoin is. We're obviously slightly going up. We're almost trading sideways here, but RSI is going up, which leads me to believe we're going to be falling down a little bit more. There's just not enough bulls to bring it up. I think it's just the market that we're in right now. It's a tough market. All right, so let's take a look at the story that we have here on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin death cross data hints 43% drop due in BTC price bear market. And here's the takeaway from it. So in a series of tweets on May 20th, which was yesterday, popular trader and analyst Riot Capital argued that BTC should dive to near 20,000 to conform to historical norms. So the death cross BTC price targets now 22,700. And here is his tweets. So Riot Capital, in summary, said 2013 we had a BTC drop of 73% pre-death cross. BTC drops extra 70% post-death cross. 2017 we were down 70% pre-death cross. Then post we were 65% down. 2019 we were 53 pre and 55 post. And then 2020, here's where things kind of flipped around a little bit. We were down 63% pre-death cross, and then afterwards we went up 1,581% post. 2021 saw similar results, but not as great. We were down 56% pre-death cross, and then up 141% post-death cross. And then 2022, we're at 43% pre-death cross, and then obviously we don't know what's going to happen. But here's what he's saying. So since BTC has crashed 43% since November 21st, prior to the death cross, BTC could retrace a bit more to reach an overall retracement of 43% down post-death cross. Should the historical tendency continue to repeat, this would result in a 22,700 BTC price. Obviously, that would not be good because it's obviously going to pull down the miners as well. And I got to take a sip of my water here. Sorry, guys. Still getting over my cold or sinus, whatever this thing is. And it's drying out my throat. So that obviously would not be good. Obviously, the miners have been beaten way down. A lot of them are at 84, 85, 90% down from their all-time highs of last year. They could obviously go down a little bit more. We saw the same kind of situation happen back in 2017, 2018 with Hive. Hive was trading around $3 and something like that. And as Bitcoin was falling down, we saw Hive reach a low of 8 cents. But obviously it did rebound this bull cycle around to around $5 and something cents at the peak. So the possibility is there for the obviously miners to go down more in price. The hard part is obviously figuring out where the bottom is, and you can't time it. It's almost impossible to time. So best strategy, unfortunately, is $2 cost average. Buy the dips, but not financial advice. But if you continue to buy the dips, there's only so much cash that you can throw into it, which is kind of hard to do. And I'm trying to do my best to add it as I can, whether it's putting in $100, $200, whatever I can every week or so into it. But it's tough. All right. So be mindful of that. We may be falling down a little bit more. Obviously, the miners have gotten beaten down. The other part of it is a lot of the miners have more assets on the books than their actual market cap is, which is just crazy. All right, so let's get into the awards. So Q1 2022 miner awards. So this is the best of the best. And there's 5 categories for this. There's actually no award going to be given out. I could give out my old miners that I have from the Dash miners that were pieces of junk. Could give those out with a little note for the awards. We'll see. Maybe we'll do that for the annual awards, something like that. All right. So first award is for hash rate percentage growth. So obviously this is pretty self-explanatory. We got large, medium, and small companies. Sorry. So in the large categories, we got Riot, Marathon, and Core. Medium, we got Mawson, Bitfarms, and Cleanspark. And in the small, we got Luxxfolio, Digihost, and DMG. Obviously, when you're thinking about the large ones, you're thinking Core. Core's has been growing like crazy. Marathon has been having trouble, obviously, getting miners installed. Riot is obviously up there as well. And then obviously for the medium, you got Mawson, Bitfarms, and Cleanspark. They're all pretty close to each other as far as growth. And then obviously we only have the 3 little guys here, Luxxfolio, Digihost, and DMG. So the number one winners for all the hash rate percentage growth, sorry, Riot beat everybody in the large miners space. They increased 27.23%. Oh boy, I gotta take a sip. Sorry, guys. All right, medium was Mawson. They were up 21.55%. And then Luxxfolio was up 22.29%. And the way that I am calculating that, I'm basically using the start of January, where they were with the hash rate, and then end of March. And then I'm just getting the percentage growth from that. So you guys are aware of that. All right. Next category. So obviously, great job by Riot, growing nicely. I thought that Core was going to beat them out. Core has obviously grown a lot also, but I thought they were going to be the main winners here. But Marathon actually beat out Core in this just slightly. And then we'll take a look at the data that I have for it on everybody. Mawson obviously did a great job growing as well. And then Bitfarms came in second on it. So congrats to those guys. Nice growth. We'll obviously see what the growth is like in Q2. And then let's take a look at total Bitcoins mined. I think this one's going to be pretty easy to figure out. Obviously, we got Riot, Marathon, and Core is one of the bigger boys on there. Medium is Hive, Bitfarms, and Cleanspark. Small is obviously the 3 that we do have for them. But it was pretty standard here. Core, obviously, for their self-mining, mined 3,201 Bitcoins. Riot, 1,405, so it came in second place, ahead of Marathon. Marathon obviously had problems with the miners and their electrical generator that they had at one of their facilities that was down for a while, that obviously caused them to mine less. Hive obviously came in for the medium guys here, number 1 at 1,249.5. Bitfarms came in second at 962. We also have to remember that Hive also mines Ethereum, which then gets converted into BTC as well. And in the small space, DMG came in first and Digihost came in second. So congrats to everybody here. Core, obviously, if they continue to grow as fast as they're growing right now, they are obviously going to be the ones probably winning this category every month, unless they have a problem with one of their sites. And then let's get into the next one. Next one is BTC per petahash. So on this one, I'm kind of looking at it's a little bit done differently. I'm looking at the average. So on this one, it's the average. So I'm taking the average hash rate over the 3 months. So average hash rate over 3 months that they've obviously had. And then I'm also taking the average of the BTC mined over the 3 months and coming up with the BTC per petahash average on here. So we got Riot, Iris, and Core for the large. Medium is Hive, Hut, 8, and Cleanspark. And small is the same 3. And the winners in this category are Iris, actually, came in at 0.14 BTC per petahash on average for the first quarter for the large guys. And medium companies, we got Cleanspark at 0.1366 per petahash, which is really good. HUD came in second at 0.135. And then we got, for the small, we got Luxxfolio came in number one at 1.378, which was pretty good. And Digihost came in second at 0.133. So congrats to Iris on, having pretty efficient mining. Same thing for Cleanspark on this one. They did a great job on here. And let's get into the next one. Next one is overall hash rate growth. So this is starting from January going into March. What was their increase in hash rate growth? So we got Riot, Iris, and Core in here. Bitfarms for the medium, Hut 8, and Cleanspark, small, the same 3. And the winners in this are as follows. Riot grew by 925 petahash. Core came in second at 798. Bitfarms for the medium guys grew 363, so they're the winner there. Hut 8 grew 304 petahash. And then in the small category, DMG was up 99 petahash, and Digihost was 84. Digihost did report they're going to be at possibly 1 exahash, which would have obviously had them huge growth, but they're still waiting on the power permission to get the power hooked up and run. So they did a test. They were able to reach 1 exahash on it. So that'll obviously change going forward, possibly for them. And our next one is miner average hash rate. So this is what their total inventory of miners are, what the combination of all of those, what their average hash rate is per miner, basically. So in the large, we got Riot, Marathon, and Core. Medium, we got Bitfarms, Mawson, and Cleanspark. And then small, we got the same 3. And the winners are Marathon. Marathon is at, on average, at 105,000 terahashes per miner. I hope I'm saying that right. 105 terahash, or is it 105,000 terahash? I believe it's 105 terahash. I believe that's the way it would be said. Riot came in at 99 terahash. And for the medium, we got Cleanspark as the winner at 100 terahash. And Mawson would be at 95 terahash. And then for the small guys, we got DMG at an average of 100 terahash. And Luxxfolio at 96. So congrats to the winners there. I think that might change going forward, especially with Riot doing immersion cooling at large scale. That is obviously going to have an increase in their hashing rate for the miners. We'll have to find out what that is like once we get some data on it. And so here's the rankings. First place awards won was for the large. Riot won 2 of the awards. Marathon won 1. Core won 1. Iris won 1 as well. And for the medium guys, we had obviously Cleanspark won 2. Mawson with 1, Bitfarms with 1, Hive with 1, and then the rest of the guys with 0. Some of the guys here like Sphere 3D and Stronghold, it's kind of hard to get data from them. They don't provide monthly data, so it's going to be hard to judge these guys as far as how they improved. And hopefully in coming months, they'll start providing monthly updates, which would be really good. And then in the small, we had DMG win 3, Luxxfolio win 2, and Digihost didn't win any, unfortunately. All right, so let's take a look at the data here I have here that I used, and we'll kind of go over it for that. And here we go. So here's the data that I pulled all of this from the data that I do have on everybody. And we can see here on the BTC per petahash, we can see that Iris obviously was at 0.428. And the big guys, so the big guys are the green ones, the medium are the orange, and the small are the kind of like, what is that, fuchsia or pink color here. So those are the categories for the different miners. And we can see out of the large miners, we got Iris at first place, Core at second place, and then Riot and Marathon in third place as far as BTC mined per petahash on the average, right? On the overall hash rate, or actually on the BTC per petahash, Cleanspark obviously came in first, followed by Hut. Then we got Bitfarms, Hive, Mawson, Argo, and then we don't have the data on the other 3. And then obviously in the small guys, we got Luxxfolio, Digihost, and DMG. Surprisingly, the little guy here, Luxxfolio, came in second place overall. Cleanspark was in third spot. Hut was in fourth spot, and then Core was in fifth spot for that. On overall hash rate growth, let's do the descending as well. So now we got obviously the big guys here. The large miners are growing the most. So Riot went up 925 petahash. Core 798. Marathon was up 412, and then Iris was at 45 here for the large guys. For the medium guys, Bitfarms came in first, Hut second, Cleanspark third, Mawson fourth, Hive was fifth. And for the small guys, obviously DMG, Digihost, and Luxxfolio. And Bitfarms came in fourth spot overall, obviously out of the guys here, and Hut was number 5, which wasn't too bad, which was actually pretty good for their growth here. Hash rate, percentage growth, so what they started in January, what they ended in February. Let's do the descending. Riot obviously grew the most, 27% overall. Luxxfolio came in second for the small guy here. Mawson came in third, Digihost fourth, and DMG fifth overall on their growth here. Surprisingly, Iris came in towards the end along with Hive. They had the lowest increase in hash rate growth, followed by Core Scientific. Core obviously has almost 8x the hash rate now. It's going to be hard for them to grow tremendously month or quarter over quarter. And Marathon came in at 11.87. And then Bitcoin's mined. Let's see here. Bitcoin mined. Core came in first. Obviously Riot, followed by Marathon. Hive came in second, and then we know Hive and Hut 8 mine also Ethereum. So that obviously helped Hive get up there. If it was just on their own BTC, they would be lower on the board here. Bitfarms came in second. Cleanspark came in number 4 spot for the medium miners. So it's kind of interesting to see. And then if we look at the average hash rate per miner on here, we can see it's Marathon, Cleanspark, and DMG leading the pack here. And it's kind of nice to see that we got large, medium, and small involved in here as well. Sorry guys, I keep coughing. My throat is drying up on me. So that is it. Kind of interesting to see how the miners have progressed over the first quarter, especially from January to March. We'll obviously see how this progresses in from April to June. April, May, June, June. See what the growth is like. But everybody's growing a little bit, and which is good to see. Got a couple more videos coming up here. Hope you guys enjoyed it, as always. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe. Helps tremendously. But I do have a couple more videos coming up. Oh, I gotta take a sip of water. Wow. Oh, that is not good. Oh, sorry. A stupid sickness. Oh, okay. So we got a couple more videos coming out. This weekend I'm going to do a video on the miners, see how they did against Bitcoin this week, and then we'll also take a look at some other things as well. Since it's raining today, I figured I might as well do a couple videos that are kind of interesting. So that's it. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Hopefully my voice gets better, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.